Hey guys, welcome to another video where I address your psychological problem in your artistic career. Today we're getting into a topic that might feel a little bit scary, but trust me, it's super important if you want to grow as an artist. Critique and feedback. That's the title. If you've ever been nervous about showing your art to others because you're worried about getting critiqued, stick around. I'm going to explain why embracing critique is actually one of the best things you can do for your art journey. So let's start by talking about why so many of us freak out when it comes to critique. Honestly, it's because it feels personal. When someone critiques your art, it's like they're critiquing you, or not even you, they're critiquing your baby, your newborn child. And I get it, it's super personal, right? But here's the thing, critique isn't meant to tear you down. It's all about helping you improve by pointing out areas where you can get better. Think of it like this. Every time someone gives you constructive feedback, they're handing you a little key to unlock your next level as an artist. If all you ever hear is, "It's nice job," or "That's awesome," you're missing out on the tips that could really level up your work. Like, don't even think about getting any feedback from your mom or any relative, because all they can say is just you're amazing and that you're gonna be the next Picasso. So anyway, the first thing we gotta do is to stop seeing critique as something to be scared of and start seeing it as a tool for growth. Now that we faced the fear, let's talk about why embracing critique is actually awesome. Faster learning, that's the first point. Getting feedback can speed up your learning by a lot. Maybe you're struggling with anatomy or your color choices are a little off, but you can't quite figure out why. A fresh set of eyes can point out what's not working and suggest ways to fix it. It's like getting cheat codes for your art, saving you from hours of frustration. Second point, expanding your views. Art is super subjective, okay? And everyone sees things differently. When you open up to critique, you get to see your work from new angles. Maybe you've been so focused on getting the details right that you missed the overall composition, like the basics, like the fundamentals, yeah? Or someone sees something in your work that you never even thought of. This new perspective helps you grow and incorporate new ideas into your style. 3. Building tough skin. Okay, let's be real, critique isn't always easy to hear, but learning to take it in builds resilience. It helps you not to get so attached to your work that you can't see its flaws. This is super important, not just in art but in life. It's about learning to take feedbacks and use it to get better, rather than letting it get you down. Fourth point, finding your artistic voice. When you make critique a regular part of your process, you start to refine your style. You learn what works and what doesn't. And more importantly, you learn to sift through feedback and to find what really matters. Over time, this helps you develop a style that's uniquely yours but still open to growth. Alright, we've covered why critique is good, but how do you actually deal with it without losing your cool? Number 1, look for constructive criticism. Not all critique is helpful. Look for feedback from people who know what they're talking about and whose opinion you respect. This could be a mentor, a fellow artist, or even an online community, like this one. Aim for feedback that's specific and actionable. Bug stuff like "I don't like it" isn't helpful. Ask for details like what specifically doesn't work for you, or how could I improve the composition? I don't know, something specific. So, second point, don't take it personally. This one is tough, but super important. Try to separate your emotion from the work you're getting feedback on. Remember, they're critiquing your art, not you as a person. It doesn't mean you shouldn't care about your work. It just means seeing critique as a way to improve rather than a personal attack. Like, I don't know if you ever experience it, but like in my art school, many people would get offended by a particularly harsh and blunt teacher who would only tell you why you suck, basically. And the point is, he was always right. I mean, I know manners count, but hey, telling the truth is his job. And second thing, you need to learn how to detach from what you produce. Meditate on the fact that you're not your drawings. Like, you know, the famous meditation, not my thoughts, I'm not my feelings. Well, in this case, you're not even your drawings, because if it was, you'd be stuck on a piece of paper forever. But guess what? You're not. Feelings come and go, drawings come and go. Learn to let go. Embrace the change. Third point, use feedback wisely. After you get feedback, take some time to decide what to do with it. Not every piece of advice will be useful or relevant to your goals. Reflect on the critique and decide how or if you want to use it. The key is to make informed decisions about your work, not to change everything based on every piece of feedback. And this is also something that would happen to me. Listen to the feedback of different teachers. One would say one thing, another would say a different thing, and I would redraw the same thing 30 times. So the point is, you have to understand when the feedback becomes just personal taste, differently from when it's just because your art is basically wrong on the fundamentals. 4. Practice giving critique. A great way to get better at handling critique is to give it. When you critique others, you get better at spotting strengths and weaknesses in art. Plus, it makes you more empathetic when you're on the receiving end, because you know how much thought goes into giving good feedback. Finally, let's talk about what happens when you make critique a regular part of your process. Over time, you'll notice big improvements in your work. You'll become more confident, more open to experimenting, and better at spotting and fixing your own mistakes. But maybe the most important thing is that you'll develop a growth mindset, and this will link to the video I've done before this one, go watch that. You'll start to see every critique as a chance to get better rather than something to stress over. And this mindset will help you not just in your art, but like in every part of your life. So there you have it, why every artist should embrace critique and feedback. It might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but it's 100% worth it. Remember, critique is not the enemy. It's one of your best tools for growth. The more you seek it out and learn from it, the faster you'll improve and the stronger your art will become. If this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your artist friends, and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And hey, if you want to get critique with absolute harsh truth, because I'm not gonna give you a sugar pill, remember that I have a membership on Patreon where I offer critiques and feedbacks. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Keep creating!